Alright, this video is going to be showing how I chronograph my air guns sort of. I've got 4 different pellets here, quite different weights sort of thing, and an alloy one as well as a test. This is my Air Arms S200. It's got a power adjuster on the back here, a screw you can just wind in and out onto the hammer spring. It's got an anti-tamper on the stock to restrict access to this, which I've not shown that bit, because it's bound to upset someone on YouTube if I show an anti-tamper being removed. So we'll start off with what I normally use in this, which are the Air Arms Diablo Fields 8.44s, exactly the same as the JSB 8.44s. They're 4.52 head size. These are what I normally run in the gun. The other pellets are just a demonstration to see how much it changes the power with different pellet weights. Now I can show how you adjust this hammer spring to bring it down. If I remember rightly, I think last time I shot this, it was about 11.5, I think, which is a little bit too close to the limit really. There's always a chance you're going to get a pellet that can stray over the limit when you're that close. So we'll do a mag of them first. Let's just check I've got the right pellet weight in here. Profiles, bullet. Need 8.44, 8.44, use, yes, new string. So obviously if you don't set that right, we're not going to get very accurate readings. Get that aimed somewhere at the target backstop. There we go.
796.
So
11.
that's a little bit too close, 11.9. We'll do a whole mag just to see what the variation is.
791. 11.7.
Yeah, it's a little bit too close. It's good for the experiment to show.
11.9.
I know a lot of people would be perfectly happy running the gun like that, but I'm not.
791. 11.7. 793. 11.8.
You see the lane regulator does its job quite well in this.
793. 11.8. 784. 11.5.
Yeah, that's nearly a whole foot-pound above what I really want.
798.
And that is way, way too close.
9. 791. 11.7. Last bullet. 793. 11.8. Empty magazine.
So lovely and consistent. And normally I'll be really, really happy with that, but it's just too close to the limit. So now we'll try some Crossman Premier Ultra Magnums. These are 10.5 grain. These are the heaviest pellets I've got in 177. I've got some Bisley Magnums, but they weigh exactly the same. And the Bisley Magnums have been crap and everything else I've tested in so far, so at least the Crossman Premiers are a better quality pellet. So that'd be more accurate for the test. Obviously expecting a much lower feet per second with these, so I'll have to adjust the pellet weight in the chronograph to get an accurate result, which I'll do in a minute. Never tried these in this gun, so I don't know if they're going to work or not, but we shall see. Right, let's go into profiles, change the bullet. We want, have we got these saved in here? Crossman Premier Heavy 10.5 grain, use. There we go, 1.7, 177, 10.5 grain. New string. Let's see what we get with these. Still aiming at the target, yep. Nope, not recorded that one. Oh, the outside of the... This is a bit of a malfunction really with the FX chronograph. It's very, very fussy with the range of feet per second it uses. So let's select a different profile. That's on airgun high power at the moment, because obviously I normally use 2.2s. I've only got two full power 177s. So let's go to airgun UK, which I normally use, and go for the right pellets again. Crossman Premier Heavies 10.5s. Yep, that's in there. That'll probably bring it back into the range of where it's going to work again. I used to have an LMBR chronograph, and that was fantastic. I never had any of these problems. I don't know why the FX one is like that. Let's see what we get now.
700.
Yep, there we go.
5, 11.
It was just outside of its range it can record in, because it's just dropped down to 700 feet per second. I recorded that one.
700. 3, 11.
So it's actually less powerful.
5.
So 9 times out of 10, a heavier pellet in a PCP does give more power.
700. 1, 11. 0.4. 600. 96. 11. 0.3. 600. 84. 10.
Nowhere near as consistent with these. Obviously doesn't like these pellets.
600. 91. 11. 0.1. 600. 98. 11. 0.4. 700. 10. 11.
One that's just crept up a little bit there. Is that the magazine empty? Yes. Right, so what we do now, we'll try some hobbies which are really, really light. These are 7 grain, so it's probably going to put the chronograph out of its calibration range again. We'll try it where it is on that setting first though. We'll just change the weight of the pellet. Now the results have varied wildly between certain guns when I've been doing the testing so far. Stuff that I thought would give more power hasn't, and stuff that would give normally, it's vice versa. It's really weird. So there you want 7 grains, RWS hobbies, 7 grains, use. Yep. New string. Let's see if it'll pick these up. No, I think that's going to be outside of its range, so there we go, it went quite fast. So we go back into profiles, select airgun high power, which has got the slightly higher feet per second, put the right pellets in, RWS hobby 7 grain, there we go. That should be in a range it can read now. Reload.
800.
There we go.
51. 11.
So it obviously going a hell of a lot faster, but the power's still not that far off.
800. 49. 11. 0.2.
So it's legal.
800. 54. 11. 0.3. 800. 49. 11. 0.2.
You thought with a light pellet like that, though the feet per second's come up quite a lot, the power would have dropped off a little bit, but it hasn't.
0.3. 800. 44. 11. 0.1. 800. 54. 11. 0.3.
This magazine empty. No, I can't count, there's 2 shots left in there. Let's cycle them back round. That's the only disadvantage of these Air Arms magazines. You can't actually put the magazine in exactly, there we go, where the pellet is if it's not completely empty.
0.3.
Should be one more.
800. 51.
So it's quite consistent with those.
0.3. Last bullet.
Which think it's already gone because it's obviously out of sync. Yeah. So what we try with the BSA Green Stars, these are really, really light, 6.64 grains. And an alloy pellet. I don't know if it's a pellet the police produced to test an air gun if they seized it to check the power, but it's the lightest pellet I've got, so it's worth giving it a go, isn't it? They look nice, but after about 25 metres, because they're so light, they do lose a lot of their accuracy. I suppose in years to come, this is all we're going to have to use when they ban lead completely. Right, let's set the pellet weight. BSA Green Star, 6.64. Yep, 177, 6.64. New string. I just imagine these will be going quite quick.
.3 868 11.1
Not as quick as I thought they'd be. I was expecting these to be over 900 feet per second.
872
Consistent, though.
11.2 865 11.0 865 11.0
Now, they are a well-made pellet.
872 11.2 875 11.3 875 11.3 875
Can't get much better than that for consistency.
3 last bullet 877 11.3
These are by far the best of the lead-free pellets I've tested so far. Right, so what we need to do now, let's get this back down to a safer limit with the Air Arms Field Diablos, which I use. So we load a full mag. We'll put that back in the right zone again because it's on. We'll try an airgun high power. It might pick them up. I think the standard airgun one on this goes down to about 400 feet per second. So what I might have to do, make my own profile. I want something that goes from about 500 up to about 850, which should do most of what I want to do then. Right, let's just set that to the right weight. We'll just put it back in the right profile. We know it's going to work then, won't we? Airgun UK. Select thing. 8.44s. There we go. New string. Let's see if we're back to where we was before we started the test. So we've not adjusted nothing yet.
700.
Yep, so back where exactly where it was. That is way too close to the UK limit. So this screw on the back here. Let's do a full turn out and see where we get from there. Once I've got this where I want, I'm going to put a little dab of hot glue on there as well, just to hold it in place. That's one whole turn out on the hammer spring adjuster.
765.
Yep.
11.
That's a much safer limit. Let's do a couple of shots, make sure the regulator's settled.
747.
That's where I want. That's the sweet spot I want, between 10.5 and 11. Let's not pick that one up. The chronograph's going to be a pain in the arse again. Because I mainly use 2.2s, I don't normally get this problem. So let's go back into the airgun home profiles. Put the pellet weight back in. 8.44s. Where are they? A 2.2 is what I use most of the time. Probably should have picked a 2.2 to do this test, really. but you're seeing it how I'm finding it, so it's an accurate representation.
700, 65, 11, point, 0. 700, 63, 10, point, 9.
I think what we'd probably do with this gun, because it didn't make a massive difference with the really heavy or really light, we will run it at the higher end of the 10s up to 11, I think. So this could be where I leave it,
11,
because that is
1.
nicely safely inside the UK limit.
700, 65, 11, point, 0.
Nice and consistent as well.
700, 52, 10, point, 6.
Empty magazine. Let's just try a few more, just make sure that's settled into its sweet spot now. Another thing I've noticed with this has got a lane regulator. Everything else I've got is Huma regulated, but I've never had any trouble with this. This has got a tendency, as the air charge drops down, it starts to come off the regulator pressure. The power does creep up very, very slightly. So I might just want to run this a tiny bit lower, because it'd be sod's law, if it ever does get tested, it'd be when it's low on air, it'll end up creeping just over the power limit. It's not by a lot, but it's just a tiny noticeable difference. That's normally if I'm shooting it, and you just feel we hit the target a little bit harder, you think, oh, the air's getting down now. Let's see what we get now.
700, 54, 10, point, 7.
Yeah, I think this is in its sweet spot now.
700, 59, 10, point, 8.
Well, it's not picked up.
700, 54, 10, point, 7.
What I might do, just bring that back a little bit. I normally have it a little bit further back from the muzzle. That might be where it's not, might it's messing around a little bit. Get that back on target.
700, 49, 10, point, 5. Last bullet. 700, 65, 11, point, 0. Empty magazine.
Right, what have we got on there? The stats. So we've got a standard deviation of 6.3 feet per second. That's pretty good. High of 759, low of 749. Total spread of 19 feet per second. I'm happy with that. So I think what I'm going to do, I'll just put a little dab of hot glue on there before I put the stock back on. And that's a nice, safe, legal gun now. And move on to the next one. Thanks for watching. Oh, what I will just get you show you close to it, just in case you can't see that adjuster screw very well. You see where Air Arms probably has a little bit of red paint on it, just to show where they set it in the factory. But obviously, after I fit the regulator, I did have to back it off a little bit to bring the power down. How much air have we got left in there? Yep, still a fair bit, so we're not off the regulator yet, so I'm happy with that. Thanks for watching.